Coming up on DITV, we'll give you an update on the fate of drinking within University of Iowa's Greek community.
And later, we take a look at what it's like to stay on a college campus over a school break.
We'll take a look at what Hawk fans are calling the Husker Massacre.
And we'll have updates for you from Iowa's basketball's busy weekend.
Will these 50-degree temperatures stick around? Find out more in weather.
All that and more coming up on this Monday morning edition of DITV.
Don't go anywhere. DITV starts now.
Good morning, thank you for tuning in and welcome back from Thanksgiving break. I'm Alexis Tansey.
And I'm Ethan Gutstein.
Last spring, a University of Iowa student, Camille Jakowski, died during a fraternity formal event at the Lake of the Ozarks. Since then, the university has been cracking down on drinking at Greek life social events.
While a moratorium or a temporary act of prohibition has been in place to ban parties with alcohol and out-of-town formals, the university is giving a small reprieve for good behavior.
26 out of the 36 university fraternity and sorority chapters will have the opportunity to have a test, formal, or date party event with alcohol next semester. The events will only be allowed on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday and can only take place in the Johnson County area.
Under this new policy, chapters would only be allowed to serve beer, wine, or hard cider for up to 3 hours. Serving sizes will be regulated, and those who are of age would be allowed a maximum of 2 drinks an hour, with no more than 5 total that night. Stay tuned to DITV as we bring you the latest updates on this new policy. Saturday night, authorities were called to an armed robbery at the Walgreens on Muscatine Avenue. Shortly before midnight, police arrived to find 2 armed suspects at the pharmacy counter. Before fleeing the store, the men hopped over the counter and stole an undisclosed amount of medication. No injuries were reported, and Iowa City area Crime Stoppers are offering a reward of up to $1,000 for information leading to an arrest in the case.
RVAP in Beadology, Iowa brought a 3-session course titled Advocating for a Safer Community to Iowa City for the first time ever. The purpose of the course was to train participants how to prevent against sexual assaults. The first session focused on the culture behind sexual assault. The second centered on survivor allyship and helping people understand how to support survivors in their lives. And the third session aimed at creating a culture of care in our community. The RVAP Community Prevention Coordinator, who conceptualized the courses, Britt Griffin, said the courses were designed to bridge the gap by creating a community of allies and ambassadors for RVAP participants. RVAP participants who attended all 3 sessions received a certificate proving they underwent training.
Since November is wrapping up, our very own reporter, Susanna Kloster, tells us more about NoShave November.
In November, there is a familiar event known by many people called NoShave November, where you opt to not shave for the entire month. But beyond the point of foregoing shaving to save time, one family created a non-profit organization to help raise awareness for cancer. The Hill family started the web-based organization called NoShave.org in 2009 after their father passed away in November of 2007 from colon cancer. The goal this organization has is to donate the money that would have been spent on grooming products and services, such as razors, and instead donating that money to cancer-fighting foundations like Prevent Cancer Foundation, Fight Colorectal Cancer, and St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. For Daily Iowan TV, this is Susanna Kloster.
To participate in their mission, you can go to their website at no-shave.org and start donating, or even support the cause if you did not participate in NoShave November yourself. Well, Lex, do you know what the end of NoShave, or do you know what the end of November means? The end of NoShave November and November, the same period, and we're having unusually warm temperatures.
Yeah, Ethan, I know over Thanksgiving break, I was able to go on a walk outside and leave my jacket in the car, which was a great feeling for the end of November. Let's toss it over to Anthony in the weather studio to find out if these warm temperatures are here to stay.
Thanks, guys. Well, the temperatures over break were definitely something to be thankful for. In Iowa City, we saw a lot of 50-degree days and even a few days over 70. Last year at this time, we saw temperatures barely peaking over 30, mixed in with some strong winds and even a few flurries. Looking at today, we will be seeing mostly sunny skies with a high of 59. Tonight will stay pretty moderate with clear skies and a low of 49. Clouds will roll in tomorrow with a high of 54. Tomorrow night will be a bit chillier as those clouds stick around with a low of 28. Now let's take a look at our extended forecast. Overall, we are seeing a pretty steady week with no significant changes in temperatures. Wednesday will be our coldest day of the week with a high of 47 degrees with mostly sunny skies. Looking at Thursday, the clouds are coming back in the forecast as we will see a high of 50 and a low of 27 degrees. Friday, the 1st of December, we will see highs hitting the mid-50s at 54, but more of a colder night with a low of 29. Heading into the weekend, Saturday temperatures will be in the low 50s with sunny skies and a low of 35. Sunday will be partly cloudy with temperatures back in the mid-50s and lows in the mid-40s. This may be one of the last weeks with these kind of temperatures, as next week looks like we may see our first chance of snow. So enjoy it while it lasts. That's all I have for you in the weather studio. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Anthony. Part of Seashore Hall is set to be demolished early to mid-December. The home of UI Psychological and Brain Sciences will soon be replaced with a new $33.5 million facility. The part that will be demolished in early December is the 3-story brick structure at the intersection of North Gilbert and Iowa Avenue. The rest of the building will not be demolished until 2020, when the new facility is set to open.
Iowa City was warmer than usual this past Thanksgiving week. When lots of people went home to celebrate the holiday, some people decided to stay in town. Reporter Tian Liu has the story.
When the school was mostly empty for people who decided to stay in town, the holiday just started. The University of Iowa International Students and Scholars Services hosts 2 big traditional Thanksgiving events for international students and scholars.
We try to explore the American culture and increase the exposure of the international body in the University of Iowa.
In order to bring the holiday atmosphere to these foreigners, ISS has provided a big Thanksgiving dinner. It was free and open to all international students and scholars with registration. Even though participants had to be either an international student or an international scholar to qualify for registration. People who registered could invite anyone they want to share the free meal. But unlike how it used to be, this year, ISS hosted dinner 1 week earlier than actual Thanksgiving Day.
Most of the students and the scholars would be gone, traveling and meeting friends and family from other states. So we figured we should do it during school time.
And this also helped students who would stay over Thanksgiving, since they could have their second Thanksgiving dinner with their other friends.
I like this kind of event. It's really like party that hosts many people together.
Besides providing a big Thanksgiving dinner, school also organized a day-long Black Friday shopping trip with free transportation.
We try to create that kind of atmosphere to let students feel and learn about the culture and experience in Thanksgiving and Black Friday.
Food for Thanksgiving, shopping for Black Friday. This is how a holiday should be. Reporting from Iowa City, Tian Liu, Daily Iowa TV News.
So Ethan, this past weekend's football game was a great way to end the Hawkeye football season.
Exactly. No, this season has had a lot of close losses, like to Northwestern and to Purdue, but it was nice to end the season on a really good note by beating Nebraska. Let's toss it over to Nicole and Will in the sports studio to get a recap of the game.
Nicole, it was an amazing weekend for the Hawks. They ran into Lincoln and ran over the Huskers in front of a sold-out crowd at Memorial Stadium.
Yes, well, it looked like the Hawkeyes really stepped up their game after a tough loss against Purdue.
After a shaky first half, the Hawkeyes went into the locker room tied with the Huskers at 14.
But the Hawks took it to Nebraska in the second half, scoring 6 touchdowns. Iowa's Akram Wadley found the end zone 3 times, ran for 159 yards. The other 3 Hawkeye running backs also scoring rushing touchdowns, along with a tight end, Noah Fant, hauling in the 2 receiving touchdowns.
Here's what the team had to say after the game.
This is a short week. It was a challenge. Nobody was feeling good last weekend. The guys went back to work and they did something about it. They showed a lot better today. So, we're 2-2 on the month. Not what you want necessarily, but the way we trended upward, I'm certainly happy about that. And one thing we all knew Sunday, the best we could do is win 1 game. So that's been our goal since Sunday.
The first half wasn't the best, but that's why you play a full 60. I think the guys came out hungry today, and ready to come out and play every last rep to their best ability. And I think we did a great job.
There was a lot of motivation behind us getting back up on our feet. I mean, we took one to the chin last week, and it was a matter of, are we going to get up and compete, or are we just going to roll over? And obviously we came and we just executed today.
And one of those Hawkeyes really executed. Akram Wadley became the only fourth Iowa's running back rushing over 1,000 yards in the back of the seasons. DITV Bo Bowman reports.
In a Black Friday beatdown, Iowa's running backs ran all over Nebraska, running for over 300 yards, with each back scoring at least one touchdown.
It's everything, you know. Torrin going to score, James Butler going to score, Ivory. That's just love, you know. We all could sit, you know, we all could have dinner with each other and just talk about, you know, everybody got love, you know, everybody got fed.
I mean, it's really special, you know, all of them put in a tremendous amount of time, and, you know, it's just pretty special for all of them to get to score today.
And among those running backs that found the end zone, Akram Wadley found himself there 3 times and high-stepped his way into the Hawkeye record books, becoming only the 4th to rush for 1,000 yards in back-to-back seasons.
I always I set my goals at the beginning of the season, and one of my goals was to get over 1,000. I didn't get as much as my goal was, but to be back-to-back 1,000-yard rushers, that's big time for me.
But Wadley didn't do it all on his own. The award-winning offensive line has to get some of the credit.
It's a big point of pride for us, and you know, at times he certainly made our job easier. Just the way he plays, you know, just a tenacious guy.
Today, like this morning, I was like, today we need you. I mean, Ak was ready for it, and he had a good game.
A great game. 159 yards and 3 touchdowns would have been enough by itself to shock the Cornhuskers, who were only able to put up 14 points on the scoreboard, leaving the home crowd
speechless.
From Lincoln, Bo Bowman, DITV Sports.
It was good to see Akram finish his career at Iowa on a high note.
The Iowa basketball teams had a busy Thanksgiving break, the men playing in the Cayman Islands and the women playing in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, the men started off a little rough, dropping their first 2 games of the Cayman Island Basketball Classic to Louisiana and South Dakota State, but bounced back to beat the University of Alabama Birmingham on Wednesday night.
Jordan Bohannon had 30 points and Tyler Cook added another 29 down the Blazers 95 and 85.
The women, on the other hand, kept their winning streak alive in Florida, beating Morgan State, Charlotte, and Elon. Hawkeye Megan Gustafson led the way in their final win over Elon with 20 points and a block.
Well, that's all we have for you in the sports studio this morning. Tune in tomorrow for a look back on the last 100 years of Iowa's swimming and diving program.
And don't forget to check out our segments every weeknight. Tonight we'll have Around the Big Ten with Lucy Rodine and Natalie Acapeti. Guys, back to you.
Not only will we see a new royal baby in the spring, but we will also see a royal wedding. Prince Harry is engaged. This morning, a statement released by Clarence House, Prince Harry and American actor Meghan Markle are set to marry in spring 2018 with a date to be released at a later date.
The pair became engaged earlier this month at Nottingham Cottage, located at Kensington Palace. The announcement ends the famous speculation that the prince would propose to the actor. Harry is now 5th in line to the British throne, following his father, Prince Charles, his brother, Prince William, and then his nephew and niece, Prince George and Princess Charlotte. That's all we have for you on this Monday morning edition of DITV.
Be sure to head over to dailyiowan.com for all your latest news between Monday and Friday.
And if that isn't enough of the Daily Iowan for you, be sure to check out our print edition of the news on Stands Now.
And if you're on your way to do some holiday shopping, you can hear the audio from our broadcast on 89.7 KRUI-FM. For DITV, I'm Ethan Gutstein.
And I'm Alexis Tansey. Have a good day, Iowa City, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning.